I'm Colt Hamilton. I've been here at Hamilton Native Outpost for 27 plus years managing livestock. Got a lot of practical experience there, but barely graduated high school.
I'm Cleo. I graduated from the University of Missouri with a degree in animal science and an emphasis in ruminant nutrition. And I'm here at Hamilton Native Outpost learning how to manage grasslands for the purpose of raising livestock.
Colt and I are out here talking about what's growing in this savanna area. We've got cows grazing on that side and we're just comparing them right now. But I was asking him what this plant is over here because I thought it was dried foxtail, but it's not.
So that's a great question. I'm waiting for Cleo to ask this one because the ryes are so important to us here at Hamilton Native Outpost. So this dead-headed plant, that is actually a southeast wild rye, and it's one of the native perennial cool season grasses. And a lot of people get really confused that there are cool season grasses. The warm season natives, everybody knows, Big Blue Indian. There are a whole lot of native cool season grasses. In fact, here at Hamilton's we grow southeast wild rye, we grow early wild rye, we grow Stillwell wild rye, we grow bottle brush grass, we have Canada wild rye for sale, we got Quiver River wild rye, and we're working on Riverbank wild rye. So there's all of these ryes are all in the same family, but they're all a little different in how they behave through the year. So the really neat thing about ryes is where they love to grow is either out in fields of big blue stem or mixed prairie, DNG, or in the shade. And what their little secret in life is, he's made seed and now at the ground, he is completely and totally dormant, except he's starting to grow his fall leaf back. So he made his seed about southeast wild rye. He made his seed in late July, and then he goes dormant. He just dies back to the ground, and then he will green back up this fall, and he's going to grow all winter. So basically, when the trees are leaved out, he goes dormant. Then when the trees lose their leaves and go dormant, he grows all winter. And they're an exceptional good grazing grass. They'll produce quite a bit of tonnage, but what they really do that's great is they produce a lot of high quality forage at a time of year when you really need it in the winter. So with Texas County in particular, by November, not only will he have 2 green shoots, he'll probably have 40 green shoots, and they'll be about that tall. And it'll be a full mouthful for a cow. They grow in a clump just like the other native warm seasons, and they fit right in between the bigger clumps of big blue and little blue. But each rye behaves a little different. Southeast wild rye, it grows up and goes dormant here in probably July and makes seed. Early wild rye though, it's already dormant by the end of May. So, and it greens up a little bit early, grows a little bit more over winter. So each rye, if you've got them planted side by side, you would notice that your forage, you could graze one, then graze the next, and then graze the next. It's just like stairs getting through the year. You've got another rye field to go to all the way up until about the end of July. And then your cool season component's gone, but your warm season, you go right on into them.
So if you're gonna sow rye, then would you want to do several different varieties, or would you want to stick to one that you know works in your region?
I'm a big fan of diversity. So I say the only reason to only have one rye is because that's all you can get. If you can get 2, have 2. If you can get 3, have 3. I want just even big blue stem is so common and everybody's familiar with it. There's cultivars of OZ70, Roundtree, Call, then there's Missouri Eco-Type. What I would want in my forage planting is every one of them.
Okay.
All 4 of those have been selected for Eco-Type hasn't been selected for anything. Y'all just put it here and it is what it is. But Roundtree they selected for one thing. OZ70 they selected for one trait. Same with Call. I want every trait because not every year is the same. And I'll notice in my seed production where a monoculture of one variety, one will outperform another in one year, the next year another will outperform.
Based on different environmental factors?
Different environmental factors, grazing, you know, how they respond to different things, rainfall, temperature, all of that. When you go to selecting them, you have really good years and really poor years. When you have a lot of genetic diversity, you have a lot more average years.
Okay.
So that's my thought on the rye too, is get as many of them in there, because they all have a prime grazing time at a different point. So, and
Okay.
with diversity, the goal is to have grass all the time.